Anything is possible, and I mean that more than ever. When once in this season we had 3 clear title favorites, I think with the 4 months off and the restart, Kevin Garnett said it best. He really did. Anything is possible. So we each picked some teams in this new world where anything is possible that could contend, that could go deep in the playoffs you would never think would before. Who is your first anything is possible team?
So here's where I go deep into the box score. Number 1, an organization or a coach that has a championship pedigree. Eric Spoelstra has that. An all NBA caliber performer. Jimmy Butler is that. Multiple players that are having career years, in particular, the most improved player in the league, Bam Adebayo. And the Miami Heat knocked down that 3-point shot. Players like Duncan Robinson in particular. When you look at this Heat check that we have up on the screens, all of a sudden, we know that they're going to play with tenacity, and they're going to get after it defensively. If they're able to get their offense clicking, they can be a squad that matches up really well with the Milwaukee Bucks. I feel the Celtics with Hayward, along with Kemba, are dealing with injuries. The Heat could be a team that knocks off the Milwaukee Bucks.
I think that's a really good point, Jalen Rose. And the Heat are a team that a lot of people have an eye on because, well, I'll just let Kevin Garnett say it.
Anything's possible!
Anything is possible. And this team that I'm about to bring up as my anything is possible team in the Western Conference, I didn't think it was possible. Their best player tested positive. They were missing a couple key players, but guess what? For the Denver Nuggets, Jokic is in the building, and they have their depth. Craig is on the way. Harris is on the way. Look at this team. That is 10 players that score more than 7 points a game.
They are a good choice.
Deep, and now they have everyone. And I really love this team, but it really comes down to my guy, the Stretch Mark 5. Yes, he's not a Stretch Mark 5 right now, but he'll be back. But with his production and also his playoff production, remember what he did in the playoffs last year, particularly against the Blazers. He was great. And look at my man, the Stretch Mark 5 right there on the court in the bubble. I have the Denver Nuggets as one of my anything is possible teams. Jalen, who is your next anything is possible team?
I'm not mad at that at all. And Jalen and Jacoby listeners and watchers know we were the first on that Denver Nuggets bandwagon last season. But I got another squad for you, Jacoby, and they play in the West.
Yeah.
The Houston Rockets. They have 2 players that have won MVP within the last handful of years. One guy in James Harden that basically averages 40 this year. Russell Westbrook, who once they traded Clint Capella and opened the paint, is scoring more points in the paint than anybody in the league since January. And we know he can flirt with a triple-double. And a lot of times their tallest player is PJ Tucker. They've invested in small ball. This is going to be AAU open gym rec ball. And I know how much you love that. The Houston Rockets in this format have a wild card chance to upset one of the LA teams.
They really, really do. And you know what? Let me just hear from Kevin Garnett one more time, please.
Anything's possible!
I needed that inspiration because the next team I'm about to pick, I don't think they're going to win the NBA championship. I don't think they're going to be in the NBA finals, but I know that they're going to be a very tough out in the playoffs. And we always talk about expectations, right? We always talk about success is a function of realistic expectations. And this team blew away all expectations for this team. And of course, I'm talking about the Oklahoma City Thunder. And I'm talking about them because they have a 3-headed monster at the guard positions. When you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Chris Paul, and a real great bounce back year from Dennis Schroeder, this is a team that is really, really strong at important positions. Each one of those guys is averaging about 16 to 19 to 20 points a game. This 3-headed monster is a problem. And guess what? Oh, we're going on the road? No problem. 4th best win-loss record on the road. 3rd best opponent's point per game on the road. So this is going to benefit this team. And when you have a veteran leader like that man right there, Chris Paul, running the show, all bets are off. no chemistry problems, nothing in the locker room, 4 months off. Chris Paul, I believe in as a leader and as the key piece of this three-headed monster that the Thunder have.
I owe an apology because Jacoby Die Easy has struck again. We've dealt with this with Lance. You didn't even mention your favorite player, Steven Adams.
Oh, Steven Adams?
That's
your
guy.
my favorite player. Oh,
and his birthday was
that's
yesterday.
Of course. You know I love Steven Adams so much. He's a beast. Jalen, I love this. Kevin, give it to me one more time.
Anything's possible!
I like how Spears is looking at him like he crazy.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.